What's up, y'all? It's Taneka Shonta of Taneka Shonta Beauty, and I literally wanted to just sit down and do like a quick makeup tutorial. I'm going to try to make it as affordable as possible and stuff that you can find in like the drugstore, Target, CVS, Walgreens, Ulta. It's not technically a drugstore, but they do have affordable products, more affordable than, let's say, Sephora or MAC. And come to y'all with a fresh face with my blemishes and all. And right now I'm just going to like prep the skin. I've already washed my face and moisturized, so now I'm just going to just go in with extra steps that I do with my drugstore makeup or my high-end makeup. I do these steps as often as needed. So first thing first, I'm going to moisturize my lips. I'm going to go in with my Lip Medic's Blistex, because when you start going in with makeup, your lips tend to get dry, you tend to get makeup on them, and you want to be able to remove that. Some people don't remove the makeup off their lips and they just go in with their stuff. And then just got my little handy makeup bag. This is stuff that I take with me when I'm like touching up my skin. Touching up my makeup when I'm out. So now I'm gonna go in with my eye cream. It's by Dr. Brand. It's called Do Not Age, a triple peptide eye cream. And it's for wrinkles, dark circles, say on here, and it's for all skin types. I tend to take this and I will put a dot under each eye. And if y'all like wondering what I'm looking at down, I'm looking directly at my mirror, and I have other mirrors surrounding me. I'm sitting in my vanity, and I literally take this and moisturize underneath my eyes, and I'll put it on my lid too sometimes. And as y'all can see, I came on here with no eyebrows. I didn't do my eyebrows. I'm just gonna brush my brows up. And then I am going to so I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a little extra step or do I just want to go in with my primer and stuff. I've already prepped my skin. So something that I like to do before I go in with my primer, sometimes, not all the time, I'll go in with a spray primer. This is my favorite. I really need to get me another bottle of this because I've been holding on to this last little bit in here. Like, this is the NYX Professional Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh. You can get this at Ulta. You can get this at, I'm not sure, Walmart, but I'm sure it's there because Walmart does have NYX products, and you can also get this at Target for sure. I'll just spray my face a little bit, and then I will go in with a dry sponge and I'll just press it in. And then before I go in with my primer. And then for primer, I am going to go ahead and use my favorite drugstore primer right now. One moment. This is, I've been using this for over a year now, and it's that girl. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this, and they also have two other ones. It's the luminous and then the matte one. I only have the mini ones of those, and this is the matte one, this is the luminous, and then this is the mini of the one that I just showed you all. So if you don't know which one will work best for you or what type of look you're going for, the trio is available at Ulta, I believe. So I'm gonna take a brush and I'm just gonna put this all over my nose. Tends to be my problem area. Like I'm combination skin, so that means I get oily in my T-zone, and sometimes on my chin, but mostly in my T-zone area, because that's where I'm just tend to be oily. So I put that on with a brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and rub this in. That way we warming it up. And don't typically do my makeup with my do-rag on, but I have products in my hair and I need my hair to lay down. For anybody who's like wondering. So it's gonna look crazy before it looks amazing. Like this whole brow, right? And I wasn't recording at all, not even half of it. So I'm gonna have to do the other brow on camera, which I wasn't trying to do, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and I might just, yeah. So as I was stating before, I'm gonna go in with my NYX brow pencil in the color Espresso. I'm gonna use my mirror palette thingy, and I'm gonna look into the mirror so that I can further explain what I'm doing. So I'm gonna be all up in y'all grill. Okay. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to basically using quick hair-like strokes, I'm going to outline my brow, top and bottom. You want to stay where the hair grows, and this works a lot better on very groomed brows. I don't know what that was just sitting on my eyebrow, but oh, it was the NYX glue. It didn't dry. So as I stated, I'm using the Espresso color. And I am going to just brush this a little bit because this is my problem brow. I don't know if I'm the only one who has a problem brow, but this is my problem brow. It's really this brow that I feel like is always a little bit thicker than this brow, but you know, your brows are twins, not twins. Your brows are not twins, they are sisters, maybe even cousins. But yeah, sometimes I do hold my brow up because I really have to be like, pay special attention to this brow. And then this is where it gets tricky because I literally have no hair right here. I have to draw hairs in order to make that arch. Don't worry if you mess up, we gonna clean it up later. Ooh, this brow is not giving what it's supposed to give. These brows look crazy. That's why I don't do my brows on camera, because this literally takes the majority of my time with me doing my makeup. So, okay. Moving on to the next brow pencil. I'm going to go in with my brow pencil, which is my Brow Things brow pencil. And as I was stating before, this gives me pomade in the pan vibes. I'm going to use this before I go in with my other NYX brow because this one is a little bit lighter than the NYX brow, and I want it to be like a mix of colors, which is why I use this. And this also gives me more of that stuck in place vibe. Don't get me wrong, the NYX brow pencil is very good, but this is better. You see what I'm saying? It might not look like much of a difference to y'all, but it's very much a difference to me. Now with the NYX and the color Chocolate, I'm going to go in the front of my brow with this one to fill in any sparse areas. I just tend to go back and forth between the brow pencils even after my whole face is on because I'm a stickler for brows. I can't help it. I don't know why I'm like that, but I feel like if the brows don't look good, the makeup is fucked up. Anywho, moving on to the next step because they look crazy and I need to fix them. I'm going to take my Morphe M410 brush, which is a really good affordable brush. You can find this at Ulta or on the Morphe site for like $4 or $5. And it's very good. I also use this one, which is the Morphe 432 brush. They are flat brushes. I see a lot of girls using like rounded brushes to do brows, and I think that's good and all, but more so for the arch part. But me, I'm like a snatched ass brow, so I'm to the front of my brow first. And yes, I extend it out some so that we make sure the brows are even. I go into the front of my brows first. No matter what type of look I'm doing, I do like to go in and bring the concealer down onto my nose, because when you go into your eyeshadow or something, it could look a little crazy. But that's another tutorial for another day. Now this is for the arch. I literally just take it where that last concealer shade we used meets, and I clean it up. Snatched. You see what I mean by we putting the Fawn on top of that? And then I bring that Fawn color down to my lid, and I just let that sit for a minute while we do the other one. Put that all over my lid and the nose area where my eye meets. So the inner corner of the eyes. And whatever's on my brush, I just literally take it and spread it all over. Now, with the top of my brows, because this one looks a fucking fool. With the top of my brows, sometimes I go in with either the foundation or I'll just go in with the darker color concealer, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna go in with the darker color concealer, which is the suede one, and I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this up. And I'm literally, you just doing the same thing. You following the natural arch of the brow. My brows are so tricky because sometimes where I have to draw the extra hair, it end up getting erased. But I always come back to my brows after I finish my makeup because I feel like they be needing a little touch up. And I just connected all of the product and we clean up the front of them brows so they don't look boxy. See, this brow be having a mind of her own. And sometimes I have to round this one more and square it so that it fits, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that same buffing brush, and this might be a fucking disaster, but if you blended out your concealer very good, it might not be a disaster. I'm just gonna take this and literally buff around the brows to blend that in. Brows take me all of fucking 30 minutes of my face application. Everything else after brows, flow. Okay, it'd be quick, boom boom, 1 2 3. But this part is very, very tedious. And don't get me wrong, sometimes tedious work just teach you consistency. And even though it can be very fucking repetitive, but hey, this is what we at. This is how we're doing this. So yeah. Alright. Clean that up. Clean that right up. And voila, we have freaking brows. Like, what the freak? And they look okay. We can work with these. Like I said, I may or may not have to go in after I put on my foundation to clean these up and or put something back. I know a lot of people do their brows after they do their foundation, and that's a little tricky to me. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I'm willing to learn. There's people who feel like good powders are hard to find, especially in the drugstore, but one of them that I really do like is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder. This is the color medium 30 or medium deep and then number 30. It is a mineral-based formula, helps control shine and smooth skin texture, lightweight, translucent coverage, fresh, natural look, etc., etc. Can be used alone or over foundation. Now with this one, it does give you like a tint to like whatever you set, so we're gonna save this for later. And I'm gonna go in with the also a drugstore find is the original formula air spun loose face powder. Now my thing with this is because it's heavily scented, I don't recommend using this after like you put on your foundation and stuff, but that's just my preference personally. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it to set my eyes and my brows. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a eyeshadow brush for this because I don't want nothing too big. Yeah, I'm just using the eyeshadow brush for this, which I'm probably gonna use later. And this is just a fluffy brush, and I'm just taking this and setting my eyelids, and I'm gonna take it across my brows so we can set that in place. This is setting the concealer that we put on my eyes. I highly recommend this even if you are not voila. For eyes, I'm just gonna do a bronzer, which I'm gonna just take this brush and I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzing and contouring palette, which is still very much affordable, but it's a little more, it's not something that you can find in the actual drugstore. You have to go to Ulta for this. This is the Morphe palette. It's a little dirty because I use it a lot, but this is the Morphe palette. This is the AR That's Rich palette, and this is for my brown skin girls. So these are the colors, and I'm gonna go in with this color here on my lid. I'm just putting it all over I'm gonna use that same brush that we used for the translucent powder, and I'm just put this. Literally, you can make it as pigmented as you want. I'm probably not gonna go in with liner because I really would have to do that off camera, and that takes me under 30 minutes, and we didn't spend enough time on my damn eyebrows as it is. And we're also going to do lashes at the end. No, we're going to do lashes now because I don't know if I'm going to do eyeliner. So quick tip: when you are doing your eyeshadow, and if you are a beginner, please note that depending on how you hold your eyeshadow brush, it determines the pressure that you're putting on and how much pressure it takes to pack something on. So if you want to blow it out, bring your hand towards the end of the brush, you know? And if you're really packing something on and you want it to be pigmented, you hold the brush closer to the bristles. So how you hold the brush really determines like the pressure that you're putting on the eyes and the eyeshadow. Always be gentle when it comes to your eyes, ladies. Gentleness to cause wrinkles and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why, but every time I look at my brows, I just feel like some type of way. Next is gonna be lashes. For my everyday lashes, I really like to go in with something very light, very flirty, very much natural. Something that's not gonna do too much, even though I can care less. Like if I want to do a natural beat and I know I'm not gonna really do too much shadow, I will go in with a dramatic lash. I really would. So here are 3 of my 4 of my lashes, and you see how they all look the same. I know, but they ain't. Okay, you got 4 of my styles. This is Nerdy, Top Tier, Baddie, and Naked. Baddie is a natural lash, very much natural, very much full, flirty. It gives that mink extension or that last extension type vibe, and I love it. And then you have Naked, which is just what the hell it says, is very for naked, no foundation, no nothing, is perfect. I love Naked. Naked is one of my favorites. And then one of my all-time favorites is Top Tier, and that's very much dramatic, very much full as fuck, very much falling out of the thing. She is a 25mm lash, so this is my Big Daddy lash or Big Mama lash. And then I have one of my favorite lashes, which my girlfriend helped me name, and her name is Nerdy. She is very much cute, dainty, and this is one of my 4D lashes. Naked is also my 4D lash. Baddie is a 5D lash, and then one of them that I really don't care for because I don't really like short lashes, but it is a fan favorite, and that's gonna be Money. Let me open her up for y'all. Money is a 3D lash. She is short, full, and it gives this very cat eye look to the girls, and most of my girls love the Money lash. Like, she'll get Money lash. But the lash we're gonna go in with today is nerdy because I'm not doing a liner or anything. Well, maybe I might do some liner because I got some stuff for y'all. So we're gonna go in with nerdy. Nerdy is a good lash, a very good lash. She's short, cute, and sweet. And speaking of liner, I have liner adhesives. These are my go-to lash glues, and she comes in clear. She's a little dirty because, or she is discolorated because I obviously put it on my eyes. And then I have a black one, so we're probably gonna use the black one. I'm not gonna do a wing or nothing. I'm just gonna do a nice little natural line, just give it some okay. Lashes. Now that the lashes are on, we're gonna get to the fun part, the foundation, because we still looking a little crazy. So for drugstore foundation today, I am going to go ahead and use this is the 24-hour Maybelline New York foundation in the colors 340 cappuccino and 355 coconut. Now I usually gravitate towards the 340 cappuccino because it matches me better, but then the 355 coconut also got like this undertone that I just can't find. They need like an in-between shade or a shade after 355 coconut that will suit my skin tone. I don't know. With this foundation, I can either use one or the other because I can either always darken this. And I'm going to take a decent pump, one pump of the 355 coconut, one pump, and then I'm going to take one pump of the 340 cappuccino. And I'm going to do it side by side so that you can see the difference in colors. It's really not much of a difference in colors, not really. One is a little bit lighter, one is a little bit darker, and mixed together give me my perfect skin tone shade, period. And sometimes I do go over my ears just so that it doesn't look like a mask. And if I need to go in with foundation, I do. I make sure I blend down to my neck. And I make sure everything else is blended. The foundation that I use is a matte foundation or a soft matte foundation. I think it's just matte. Give me a second, I will. Yeah, this foundation is a matte finish. So I want to take this brush. It's a brush that I got from like Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and I'm just gonna finish blending out my face. I typically go with the flow. I like to go on with a brush because then I could get in like the corners of my face that are unreachable with a sponge. Do y'all see that? You see how blended that is? I don't go too far up on my forehead because I am going to contour. I'm not going to do a cream or a liquid contour. I'm just going to do all powder because this is supposed to be like a really simple tutorial. So I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and I'm just gonna blend with a clean side just to make sure everything is blended. Yes. Now we're gonna go back to our concealers, and I am going to go in with the Fawn and the Suede concealers. I'm gonna use the Fawn and Suede concealers. Another good drugstore concealer is the e.l.f. concealers, the hydrating camo concealer and a satin finish. I have deep chestnut and deep cinnamon here. I have other colors as well, but I don't think I'm gonna go in with these because I just feel like these are a fan favorite. So I'm gonna go in with the Fawn first, and I'm gonna put that closer in my inner corners. Like that. And how the sun is coming out, so it's altering my it's gonna look a little crazy because I got one light over here and a natural light over here. Whatever, we're gonna make this work. Now I have deep set under eyes, so those Instagram and TikTok makeup trends are how you do your concealer. If that's how you choose to do your concealer, do you, boo. But I got to make sure I got maximum coverage underneath my eyes because I shouldn't look like I got bags under my eyes under makeup. And I tend to not go too far down because anything that you are highlighting, you're going to highlight that. On my forehead, center of my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. Make that as even as possible. And up this way. Just gotta make sure it's still recording because last time I was explaining something and wasn't recording. Now I take some on my chin. I used to do like the little center of my nose, bring a highlight there, but sometimes I'll be feeling like it'd be too much highlight. So then I'm gonna take the suede color and I'm gonna go right on top of that, more so towards the bottom of where I placed that concealer, to give it like this gradient effect of colors on my face, because as a melanin girl, we ain't one color. And as I stated before, do your concealer however if it suits you, if you want more coverage. But the key to a flawless everyday type vibe is less is more. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out my forehead and my chin, and I'm going to let the rest of my concealer dry down a bit. And I tend to like to use a brush. I don't know my other brush at, but I like to use a concealer brush to go ahead and blend out my concealer. So I'm going to start with my chin. We're going to let the concealer underneath our eyes dry down so that we can get a fuller coverage. I learned that from Jackie Aina. Y'all don't know who Jackie Aina is, get into it. She the GOAT. I'm going to blend the forehead, and we're going to blend it on the top of the brows without giving the brows too much of a highlighted look. And we just basically blend until it blends into the foundation. And I'm going to go in with the sponge, and I'm going to blend that out and blend up here as well. And because I'm not going to do a cream concealer or cream contour, and we're just going to use powder, we got to make sure there's no line of demarcation. A line of demarcation means that you can basically see where one color is and where the other color is, and it's a very harsh line, and you don't want no harsh lines on your face whatsoever. And because I'm not going to cream contour, I'm also going to do like a what they call reverse contour, and I'm going to put some suede concealer here. So the suede concealer is almost the same color of my foundation, but it's more skin-like. You see how it gives that like contour effect? That's what we like, girl. You see it, you see it. You see it, sis. And we're gonna blend that downwards, not upwards, downwards. I'm kind of upwards because you kind of want to lift the cheeks. It's still giving real orange around my nose, but don't worry, it's gonna all come together. Blend that downwards. I like to make the fish face when I'm, oh my God, when I'm blending. Y'all see what I mean? Snatched. I'm gonna go back in with this, and I'm going to blend. Just gonna blend all of that in. Now you don't want your concealer underneath your eyes to dry down too much, because then you won't be able to blend it out and it's gonna look cakey. So we're gonna go ahead and start blending that. Make sure when you're blending out your concealer and you're blending it out with a beauty sponge or a beauty blender or whatever, you want to make sure your beauty blender is still very much damp. Yeah. So let's get started. Okay. I'll probably let this dry down too long, but we're gonna make it work. And sometimes when you let your concealer dry down for too long, it's a little harder to blend out. So I usually go ahead and blend out the edges of my concealer. It seems to be blending perfectly fine. I had to go in with this a little bit to just spread this across. And sometimes I take it up on the sides of my nose, just so that when I contour my nose, it looks snatched. And in excess, I take it across the top of my lip. Look at that. Glam. If I need to, I sometimes go in with my brush just to get directly underneath my eye. With any type of makeup you do, no matter, it's just all about the blend. If you want everything to look seamless and natural and skin like people are gonna know you have on makeup, but if you want it to look as natural as possible, blend in. Okay, I'm gonna blend my nose too, and I kind of wish I had already did this because sometimes that could look a little harsh. Take any excess, put it on the tip of my nose instead of putting concealer there, and I'm gonna blend. Okay, take my beauty sponge, which I had to actually go clean out, y'all, because I dropped it on the floor. But as long as you got like antibacterial soap or a good brush cleaner, you should be fine. If my face break out after this, I know what it's from. We gonna blend all of that out. Now that everything is going on, I like to go in with a brush and a sponge. I don't know, it just gives me like this reinforcement that everything is blended. All right. As I stated, that was a brush that I got from like a set that came from like TJ Maxx or something. It was like a set of 10 brushes for like $20. And I feel like that's a decent set. I had that for a while now and it gets the job done. The sponge that I was using is a Real Technique sponge. This was actually a special edition sponge. It was the Valentine's Day one. So now my favorite part is powder. And we're going to go ahead and set our under eyes with this Fit Me powder. I'm going to ensure that everything is blended underneath my eyes. And also what I like to do as a extra step or a good step is I like to take a foundation powder and put it underneath my eyes and then go in with my translucent powder. It just helps my under eyes stay in place all day. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me powder and the matte and poreless powder in 330 Toffee. As you can see, it's very light. It's about, and I'm gonna take my sponge and dab in there, and then I'm going to press that underneath my eye. And for me, this is an optional step. I feel like if you want to like elevate your game or whatever, I think that's just like an optional step. Um, and for setting my face, I am going to go in with I don't know if 3-5 coconut is still my color because it ain't got dark outside. I mean, I'm in tan a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with that same powder, but in the color mocha. Go in with the color mocha with a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna set the rest of my face. Set the rest of my face. Or you can do this with a translucent powder. And this brush I'm using is also a Morphe brush. It's by the Jack and Hill Cosmetics. Okay, y'all. So while I was applying my dang on powder, my camera died. So that's already applied. I'm not redoing it because then I'll be a cakey mess. So what I'm just gonna do is brush this away. Before reinforcement, while I go ahead and contour, I'm gonna have to fix this lash because I see it is not cooperating. So what I usually do is while I'm applying my contour, I'll put just a light section here in my inner corner. I'll tap off the excess on the back of my sponge, and I'll do this like this. I don't bake because I can get really dry underneath my eyes. So if you know anything about baking, I'm not your girl. I don't bake. And then I also take a little bit down the bridge of my nose once more, just so I make sure my entire nose is not contour, and I'll put it right there in the middle of my forehead. And for contouring, I am going to take that palette that I took all over my eyes earlier, that Morphe palette, and I'm going to start by contouring my nose. So as soon as I find the palette, because how did it get up and walk away from me? I got it. So again, this is the Morphe 8R That's Rich palette, and for contouring, we're going to be mixing between these two shades here. This is what I went on my eyes with, and this is what I'm going to use to sculpt out my face. And we're going to also use the blush and the highlight in here as well. One stop shop. So I'm going to take, I'm going to start with my nose first, because I'm going to take like, this is an eyeshadow brush, and this, I got this for Christmas, so I don't know what kind of brushes it is. I actually threw away the packaging. I feel like this is not dense enough. You know what? I'm gonna take this eyeshadow brush. It's like a small dome shape, and I'm gonna use that to do my nose contour. And I'm gonna take that same eyeshadow or bronzer that I put on my eyelids, and I'm just gonna start here. It looks a little harsh, but it's okay. So I always like to use the beginning of my eyebrow to begin my nose contour. So, and then I bring it down to the tip of my nose. And then undo here and under here. So you still want the tip of your nose to look like it's glowing. And I'm blending that into the shadow, the eyeshadow, which is the same product. And I'm going to take the brush that we actually use for the shadow and just blend that out more to make it all look seamless. See? Okay, 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 okay. And I'm gonna take a so I'm gonna take this. This is actually a blush brush, but I'm gonna use this to go ahead and contour. I'm gonna take that same shade and I'm gonna tap it in there, tap it off, and I'm gonna bronze with this color. And you're gonna put this on your cheekbones. I'm gonna bronze with this color. I'm also gonna take that on my big old forehead. You're gonna blend that into your hairline. I like to make the fish face or the duck face, whatever you want to call it. And then I also like to smile, so I can make sure that it's defined. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this underneath my chin to bring some color around there. And then whatever excess, just put it underneath the jawline. I don't really contour my jawline because I don't want my face to look too strong. Make sure that's blended. And then I take a smaller dome brush, and then I'll go in with that darker contour and just elevate this a little bit. So I'll go directly underneath the cheekbone to define it a little more. You see? You really only need a little bit. Always remember that depending on how you're holding your brush determines the pressure you're putting. And when you're doing your contour, you want to make sure you are going up and not down. You want to lift your face and not drag it down. I'm going to take a little bit of that and just define that forehead a little bit more. Underneath the chin. And then another thing that I like to do as an extra step is I will take the powder, whatever's left in the cap, and I'll dip this part of the sponge in there. Try to get it on that rounded edge. I tap off the excess, and then I'll scope right underneath the cheekbone. And I don't bring it too far out because I don't want the front of my face to be like highlighted. But we want to scope that out. Bam. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dust away this underneath the eye situation and off the nose and wherever else we had extra powder. Just dust it away, dust it and press. Dust and press. Or press and dust, however. These feels too skinny. And do the same thing here. And I'm going to go back in with this, which is what we use to, you know, set the rest of our face. And I'm just going to make sure that everything is blended and dusted away. We don't want to look ghostly. We still don't look like we got a little powdery. We're a little powdery and dry. But that's because we need to hydrate the skin again. But for my final step, before I go in with setting spray, I'm going to just make sure these brows is together, okay? I told y'all I'll be going back in and I mean it's fixed up. So you just make sure the brows are uniform and anything that was taken away in the process of application of our other products, we just replace it, period. Sponge, and I'm just gonna dab underneath my eyes. I feel like I just added more powder, but it's okay. Okay, I look a little light under here. Okay, look, let me just make sure I look like that. At this point, we just ghostly around these parts. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my favorite setting spray, which is also by Morphe. And because we went in with a mattifying foundation, and because I know my skin type, I'm going to use a hydrating dewy. This is a Morphe luminous setting spray, so it's going to bring a little bit of glow to me. I'm going to spray this and then I'm going to put on my blush. I be going ham. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. Okay, maybe that's enough. And I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just gonna press everything in. This is also very affordable. You can get this from Ulta, the setting spray, and I think it's like $16 if I'm not mistaken. It might be cheaper, but I can't remember at this moment. Another tip that will elevate your foundation routine is taking a hydrating, or if you ever feel like you are a little bit more dry underneath your eyes, you can take your setting spray, spray the sponge for extra reinforcement and go underneath your eye, and it will take away any, it will still be highlighted, but it'll take away any powdery look. I like to do this because I did go underneath my eyes with 2 powders. I'm going to do it anywhere I place powder just to make sure we setting that in. Yes. Okay. That's my first setting spray. I don't care what type of makeup I'm doing, drugstore every day. I go in with a bunch of setting spray, but right now we're going to go in with blush. And I'm going to take this brush. This is another Morphe brush. It's the M450 brush by Morphe. And I'm going to go back to that palette. And I'm going to use the blush that's in there. And I'm going to use this one right here. Yeah, I'm going to use that one right there. That's how it looks. I'm going to take that all over the brush. I'm going to tap it off. And then I'm going to start up here on the highest point of my cheekbones because I feel like I need to bring my cheeks up. I wasn't blessed with high cheekbones. My mom and my sisters had them, but then there's me. And I take it across my nose just for that flush blush look, and I blend it a little bit on my chin. And while I got this palette in my hand, I'm gonna go in with that contour shade, the darker one. I'm gonna take that underneath my eyes, so we could tie in the like smoky look of just the one eyeshadow. Okay, all right, all right, all right. And for a highlight, we're also going to go into this palette, and we're going to use this rose gold highlights, okay? And I'm going to use my favorite highlighter brush, which is the Morphe X Jacqueline Hill highlighting brush, the JH09. Yes, I have a lot of Morphe brushes, like Morphe and Real Techniques and e.l.f. brushes are the, and Wet n Wild brushes are the go-to. But if y'all want like a brush tutorial, I will give y'all one. I'm putting the highlight on the highest points of my cheek, because that whole on the cheekbone thing is just not my vibe. I'm like trying to elevate my face, not, I don't know. And I'll take a little bit down the bridge of my nose. Just a little bit. I'm not as big on highlight as I used to be, but I still very much love me some highlight on the brow bone. Period. And then I'm going to take a nice little brushy brush, and I'm going to take that highlight in the inner corner. This is probably a little too big, but wow, this lash just, these lashes just got that mind of their own. Like, I don't understand. Take that in my inner corners. And I like to brush this into my crease to just bring a pop to the eyeshadow. And whatever's left, I'll put it where I feel like a little more highlight is needed. Bam. I really hope this eye kept watering, and then this eye, I'm gonna have to put some, okay. I'm gonna go in with my other setting spray, which is the Morphe Original Continuous Setting Mist. And this is in a mini one. This is like $10 at Ulta. The full size one is about $16. But I feel like two of these for $20, one for myself, one for my clients, it works out. But with this one, I don't press it in. I pretty much just let it dry down. So I'll either take my fan, which is on the charger. Take my fan and I'll and I will, if I have to go back in and do something, I will. Because sometimes stuff don't be blending, and you be needing to make sure it's not looking crazy. So that brings us to the end, and we just gotta do our lips now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a baby wipe. I'm going to clean my lips off. Cleaning the foundation off my lip. Any product. Now we're back to dry lip. I'm going to also clean off my nose ring. You can also do this with like a Q-tip so that you're not wiping your makeup off. Like me, wiping my makeup off. I'm gonna have to get these lashes together because they seem to be bothering me this entire video. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's fucking. Okay, now for lips. Okay, it's to finish the look like I stated. I keep tearing stuff up. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my lip combo. I'm not really sure what type of lip I want to do, but I think I'm going to just do a glossy look for the sake of laziness. Cause what the fuck? So I'm gonna go in with my lip liner in Club Hopper. And I'm going to use my butter gloss in the color A Bit of Honey. I'm just going to line my lips. I'm going to use this mirror. I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to line my lips. If I didn't mention, this is a NYX professional lip liner. It's a matte liner in the color Club Hopper, and I'm going in with my butter gloss by NYX as well in the color Bit of Honey. And I'm just gonna put that all over and blend the two. And then I like to go on top of it with a clear gloss. And I'm going to use my gloss. This is an old gloss that I no longer have in stock. And I'm just going to go on top of that. I'm going to blend that all together with a lip brush. If I can get one out the damn package. Take a lip brush and just blend that all together. And y'all, that is the finished everyday natural makeup that you can probably do in like 30 minutes. If you have 30 minutes to spare. Me, it takes me a little bit longer because of my eyebrows, but you know, I'm a perfectionist as well. But that is the completed look, you guys. If you like this type of tutorial, or you think I should do more and you got some like colors and stuff, you know, comment down below. Just let me know what you want to see, and your girl's gonna try to make it happen. I'm gonna try to do more of these videos, get y'all more tutorials. My lighting is going to be a lot better because right now I'm just using natural lighting and then my vanity lights, but I'm working on it. I want to get back into my YouTubing, so if y'all think I should go back to YouTube and y'all are willing to subscribe, comment below, and then I'll drop my YouTube channel and I will come up with more videos. If you want a more detailed video on like the types of brushes and their functions, I can do that. Whatever you want to see, just let me know so I can give it to y'all. And disclaimer, excuse my background. My closet door is broken. That's none of y'all business. My bed is made up, but I was like all over the place with this video, but I really felt inspired to do this video today, and I really hope that y'all enjoyed it. Again, I'm TShonta. I am a Chicago makeup artist and a Chicago lash tech, new Chicago lash tech. I recently got my certification about 2 months ago. About a month ago I got my certification. I took my class about 2 months ago, and I am definitely accepting new appointments or new clients. So yeah, hit me up if y'all want to see more. Like and comment, and if y'all interested in the YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is TShonta. And like I used to like to say, that's TShonta, and I'm out with another slate.